Douglas MacArthur, American hunger hero. Douglas MacArthur, one of the most prominent and controversial military figures of the 20th century, played a pivotal role in shaping modern military strategy and international relations. From his service in World War I to his leadership in the Pacific Theater during World War II and the Korean War, MacArthur's legacy is marked by both his military prowess and his complex personality. This is the story of General Douglas MacArthur, born on January 26, 1880, in Little Rock, Arkansas. Douglas MacArthur was destined for a military life. His father, Arthur MacArthur Jr., was a distinguished Army officer, and young Douglas followed in his footsteps, attending the United States Military Academy at West Point. MacArthur graduated from West Point in 1903 with honors and quickly rose through the ranks. His early military career was marked by service in the Philippines and on the Mexican border, where he gained a reputation for bravery and leadership. During World War I, MacArthur served with distinction as a member of the Rainbow Division. His actions in France earned him numerous accolades, including the Distinguished Service Cross and 7 Silver Stars. MacArthur's bold and innovative strategies in the trenches set him apart as a rising star in the U.S. Army. His leadership and valor during the war laid the foundation for his future military career. After World War I, MacArthur continued to rise in the ranks, eventually becoming the Army Chief of Staff in 1930. During his tenure, he implemented significant reforms and modernized the U.S. Army. In 1935, MacArthur was appointed as the military advisor to the Philippines, where he helped organize the Philippine Army. His time in the Philippines would later prove crucial during World War II. The outbreak of World War II saw MacArthur thrust into the spotlight as the commander of Allied forces in the Southwest Pacific. After the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, MacArthur faced a relentless Japanese advance in the Philippines. Despite the dire situation, MacArthur vowed to return and liberate the Philippines. His escape from Corregidor to Australia in 1940 became legendary, and he set about planning a counteroffensive. MacArthur's island-hopping strategy and his leadership in key battles like Guadalcanal and Leyte Gulf were instrumental in turning the tide of the war in the Pacific. His triumphant return to the Philippines in 1944 fulfilled his famous promise. Following Japan's surrender in 1945, MacArthur was appointed Supreme Commander for the Allied powers, overseeing the occupation and reconstruction of Japan. His reforms helped transform Japan into a democratic and economically vibrant nation. MacArthur's efforts in Japan, including the drafting of a new constitution and land reforms, are often credited with laying the groundwork for Japan's post-war recovery and prosperity. In 1950, the Korean War erupted, and MacArthur was called upon once again to lead UN forces. His bold and risky amphibious landing at Incheon turned the tide of the war, pushing North Korean forces back. However, MacArthur's insistence on pushing into North Korea and his desire to expand the war into China brought him into conflict with President Harry S. Truman. This clash of wills led to MacArthur's dismissal in 1951, a move that shocked the nation and sparked intense debate. After his dismissal, MacArthur returned to the United States, receiving a hero's welcome. His farewell address to Congress included the famous line, "Old soldiers never die, they just fade away." In retirement, MacArthur continued to influence military and political thought through his writings and public speeches. He passed away on April 5, 1964, leaving behind a complex and enduring legacy. General Douglas MacArthur remains a towering figure in military history, remembered for his strategic brilliance, his unyielding resolve, and his controversial decisions. His life and career continue to be studied and debated, a testament to his lasting impact on the world.